Hi everyone. Hey, today I wanted to talk to you about two different things. Gratefulness, or being, gratitude, and forgiveness. And those, gratitude I don't struggle with, I am just so incredibly thankful and grateful every single day. And every single morning, I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. I have a gratitude journal. And I think that when you can work with gratitude and feel it and have it and just appreciate every little thing, and even appreciate the bad things, And that's actually something I've actually kind of been writing down lately, which is so kind of sounds strange. Like, why would you be grateful for, bad things or things that hurt you? And I'll tell you why. This past year has been a tough year for me. Well, the past many years have been tough, but this last year where I broke away and how do I say it? I broke away and just started living for me and kind of wasn't under that control. And when I did that, there was a lot of pain. There was a lot of things I found out. There was a lot of hurts. There was a lot of feelings that I'd been stuffing down and were now starting to come up, which happens, when you don't allow things and they start coming up and you start realizing, certain situations and what they really were and all that kind of, what I mean? It's hard and it's very difficult. And I'm not all the way through it yet. I've got a lot of work to do. And I think I believe that I'm always going to be working towards just learning and letting go and just, life in general. We're always learning. I don't think, oh, okay, I've done this, I've learned this, now everything's great and I don't need to learn anymore. I don't need to change. No, I think you're always changing until you take your last breath. But I'm grateful for all of the great things. And as tough as a lot of the bad things have been and continue to be and continue to go through, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because God had that plan for me and He knew what I needed. He knew what I could withstand. He knew what I could take. He knew, what was going to make me the person that I am today and that I'll continue to learn to be. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that He trusted me that much. I always read that saying, God only gives you what you can handle, and I wish He didn't trust me so much, or I wish He didn't think of me so highly. And I can remember thinking many times, like, I wish He could, like, not keep giving me stuff, like, but now I look at it and I'm grateful. I'm grateful because He knew the person that I was meant to be. He knew like I said, He knew what I could withstand. He knew what I could take, and He gave it to me. And He is creating the person, that He wanted me to be and He knew I could be. And He is helping me become my best self. And so I'm grateful. If everything is all rosy and everything's great all the time, what are you going to learn? That life is just like that all the time? Even raising my kids. And even with my grandchildren, with my grandson, it's like, you don't always win everything, buddy. Things don't always go your way. I think if we all lived in like this bubble where nothing ever happened, we wouldn't be the people that we were intended to be. So I think gratitude, I am grateful for nature. I am grateful for my creative mind. I'm grateful for all, my family, my children, my grandkids, my mother, I'm grateful for so many great things, but I'm also grateful for the bad things, and the tough things, because that has sculpted me to be who I who I am today. And if I hadn't gone through different hardships and stuff and different relationship issues, and you know, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So I'm grateful for that. So, you know, think about that. Think about, you know, how even when you're going through a trying time or a difficult time, you know, be grateful for that, you know, because it's shaping who you are, and that's an amazing person. And my second topic is forgiveness. And I know that it's a touchy subject, and I know that people have a lot of different views, have their own views, and that's okay. I think everybody's entitled to those views. And it's something that we talk about, you know, I talk about with my children. And, you know, I think that with age, you know, I think with life experience, you have different viewpoints. And I know with the work I've done for myself and on myself that, you know, it is very true that forgiveness is not for that other person. It's for you, you know. If you're walking around and you're angry and, you know, venomous and just, you know, have this, you know, hatred, or if maybe it's not hatred, but it's, you know, anger and all this kind of stuff, you're walking around that, it's hurting you. It's not hurting that other person. You know, it's slowly destroying you, you know, and your happiness and your life. And even if you don't think you're thinking about it all the time, I mean, that negativity is in your life, you know. And so I have worked very hard on forgiveness. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm 100% there. I think I've realized in certain relationships, and that's, you know, family situations, that's, you know, ex kind of situations, you know, I can have love for somebody and always have love because they're this or they're that to me, or, you know, just, you know, where I can say I'll always have a love, you know, love for them. And I can be cordial, and I can, you know, I'm not a petty person to begin with, but I can, you know, be in the same room and have celebrations, or, you know, or say hello, you know what I mean, or in passing and all that kind of stuff. But I can also, and I can pray for them, and I can, you know, wish them nothing but happiness and joy. You know, I don't wish anybody any hurt, even if they caused hurt to me. I don't wish that on them. Even with all of that, I can also decide if I want to have that person in my life, and if I want to have a real relationship, you know, because I can protect myself. I can be kind. I can do, you know, what the Lord asked me to do, and you know, pray, and again, be kind, and you know, help within boundaries. But I can also make that decision that for me, it just doesn't, it's not okay. But that doesn't mean that I haven't forgiven that person. I can forgive that person or people, you know, but I can forgive, you know, but I can not forget, you know what I mean? And so I am aware of if any situation happened in the future, you know what I mean? I can be like prepared, but where I'm not walking around with anger, and I'm not walking around resentment. And, you know, that's difficult for, I think, of the younger generation. I think in time, I think I was that way, you know, when I was younger, and obviously with life experiences, you know, things change, and you have a different perspective. But I encourage you to think about that. If you have a situation where, you know, you have strife, or you have something that, you know, kind of needs to be forgiven, or you have a lot of anger towards somebody, I encourage you to really think about that. And really, again, you don't have to, you have the right and the choice to whether you have a relationship with that person or not. But for yourself and for your own happiness, mental stability, all of it, you can make a choice, you know, to let that go and not hold on to that and not carry that. Even if you don't feel like it is, you know, with you in everyday situation, but it is, you know, it's there. Anger and resentment and all that kind of stuff, it's in there, even if you don't think about it every day or the person every day. I think that's something that we, you know, we could all use a little help on. And I just encourage you to think about that. And I encourage you to, you know, talk it over with somebody. You know, find somebody that you can talk to, that can relate to your situation, or that you feel comfortable that you could just talk to, and talk it through and work on that. And those are my 2 thoughts for the week. I hope you guys have an amazing week. And I just appreciate so much you guys taking the time to, you know, watch these videos, and I hope they're helpful. I really do. I know there are things that I'm going through, and I know that I can't be alone, you know, in these type of, you know, thoughts and, you know, thinking about these kind of things. But I just appreciate you taking the time. I'd love to have your comments. I'd love this to be a safe space to, you know, share situations that you're going through, and maybe as a community, you know, myself or somebody else, you know, might have gone through something and could help, you know, help each other. And that's my whole goal, is that we help each other go through this thing called life, and that we help each other. And that's my whole goal, is to build this community. So I appreciate you taking this time. I hope you will consider subscribing, liking this video. That helps me a lot. And hit the notification, because you just never know, I might pop, you know, a video in on an unexpected day. So turn that little notification button on, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, and have a great week.